Ellarigu Namaskara. I hope you all are doing good. Welcome back to the Little Things and a happy new year to all of you. After what seems to be ages, the CRS cutoff score has finally come below 470s and continues to remain so in the past couple of draws. So I thought it's a good time for me to get back with my PR videos, and if I remember right, I was last working on IELTS video series and I've already created a 3-parts video on writing and listening and a 2-parts video on reading test. So if you're someone new to the channel, I'll leave the link for all these videos in the description box so you can go and check them out. I think it'll be really helpful. Now, to be honest, I have been dreading creating this video on speaking test, and I'm doing it towards the end of IELTS video series because for me personally it's the most difficult test component. Now, if you have watched my previous video on fear of speaking, then I'm sure you will know my struggles with speaking English. So I don't think I'm in the right place to be giving advice to people on how to speak, but I definitely have a couple of things to share with you guys which I personally followed and which helped me in getting the score that I was looking for. So if you are someone who faces similar challenges just like me, then all I have to say to you guys is, if me with all my nervousness, anxiety, fumbling, blankouts, and with limited amount of preparation, if I could get a score of 7 in speaking, then I'm sure even you can. Trust me on this, speaking test by itself is not that difficult. It's pretty simple, but what makes it seem to be difficult is our own fears and mind blocks. So why not let's first understand the speaking test format and then move ahead from there. The same speaking test is taken by both academic and GT module IELTS candidates. Unlike other test components wherein you would be in a room full of people, speaking test involves face-to-face conversations between you and the examiner in a room, irrespective of whether you are taking paper or computer-based test. The conversation is going to be an informal one, wherein various topics related to us, our surroundings, our daily lives, our views, etc. could be discussed. The test timing of speaking test is the shortest when compared with other test components and is somewhere between 10 to 15 minutes. Due to the current pandemic situation, shorter test time is favored. The examiner will decide the length and time of your answers. There are 3 parts in listening test. Part 1 will involve simple questions being asked which you need to answer, and it will last for 45 minutes. Part 2 is where you will be given a specific topic and you need to talk on it for 1 to 2 minutes. Part 3 is more of a discussion which takes place for 45 minutes. Just like how we had 4 criteria in writing test, speaking test also has 4 criteria based on which your speaking skills will be assessed. Fluency and cohesion, lexical resource, grammar and pronunciation. All the 4 test components has been given equal weightage. At the end of the test, the examiner will decide what band score will be awarded based on your speaking skills. Also, speaking test is audio recorded. The reason for this is, if in case when you get your result and if you're not happy with it and wish to remark, then this recording will be used for re-evaluation purposes. Now let me take you through the different parts of the speaking test. As I have told you already, there are going to be 3 different parts in speaking test, but apart from this, there will also be a part 0 which is not part of the speaking test itself, but it's important for you to know how to go about it. So now what exactly happens during part 0? You will be asked to get inside a room wherein the examiner will be seated across the table. So you'll go inside and take your seat. Now to begin with, the examiner will start reading out few things from a piece of paper. It involves information like the test venue, date, time, candidate details, etc. During this time, you need not do anything. After this, they will greet you and they will ask you for your ID proof, which will be your passport, and this will complete part 0 of your speaking test. Now, there are a couple of things which you need to keep in mind during this part 0. First of all, take a deep breath. Don't be anxious and try to have a smile on your face if you can. And when the examiner asks you for your passport, let's say, then instead of just handing it over to them, maybe you can say, "Here you go." One important thing that you need to keep in mind is never ask any questions during the entire speaking test. For example, if the examiner asks you, "Where are you from?" I should be answering saying I'm from Bangalore, and I shouldn't ask back the examiner, "So where are you from?" Part 1 is going to be super simple, wherein the examiner will be asking you some basic questions on things like about you, your hometown, your likes, dislikes, etc. Just imagine that you're speaking to a friend and answer those questions. In this section, keep in mind to limit your answers to 1 or 2 sentences. Don't get into elaborating them. You can do them later on in the speaking test. But for now, let's keep it short and simple. For part 2, they will hand you over a piece of paper and pencil and will let you know that you have 1 minute's time to think about the topic that they'll be giving you very shortly. So when they give you the topic, if you're confident about the topic and you know what you want to speak about it, then well and good. Quickly make few notes on the piece of paper they have provided you, and you can continue talking on the topic once they ask you to do so. But if you think it's a difficult topic for you to speak about, then please don't panic, and I will say again, take a deep breath. Let's take up an example. Let's say the examiner is asking you to talk about your favorite thing about traveling and you're someone who absolutely hates it. Is that even possible? But still, for the sake of the example, let's do it. So first of all, keep in mind that IELTS speaking test is a place where you will not be penalized or judged for cooking up stories. So even if you hate traveling, you can go ahead and say the examiner that you plan a vacation every single month and you absolutely love it. The examiner is not gonna be like, "Hey, I think you're lying." No. Next thing is, unlike the writing test wherein you'll have to stick to the point, speaking test is somewhere you can actually deviate from the topic. Now when I say deviate, it's not like the examiner asks you to talk about traveling and you'll be like, "I hate it and I just like to stay back at home," or "I instead like partying with my friends." No, don't do that. Rather, what you can be doing is say that you love traveling, and one of the best things about traveling for you is that you get to taste the local food. You can go ahead and talk about one such amazing food experience that you had on this particular vacation. You can talk about the restaurant, the food you ate there, and what exactly made it so special for you. So although you're not talking exactly about the specifics of traveling and you're talking about all this yummy food, it still counts because it is all part of your traveling experience. Also, if you're like me who finds it difficult to, think outside the box and cook up stories, then one good thing that you can do is pick up a topic every day and start thinking about the different things that you can speak about this topic. Just talk to yourself or your friend, your colleague or your family member, or even your pet cat or dog. It doesn't matter, but just practice talking in English every single day. It gets even more important if you're someone who don't converse in English on a regular basis. So please do that. Now, one of the methods that I saw on YouTube, and I think it's a pretty good one, is to think about 3 things to talk about a given topic. One in past, one in present, and one in future. Now let's say the topic again is about traveling. So you can think about one of your past traveling experience and one trip that you're planning to go in a couple of days, and one trip that you've always wanted to go and would be doing it in a couple of years time maybe. one important thing that you all need to know, and something that happened with me as well, is the examiner at any given point of time can abruptly stop you and move on to the next part. In such cases, please don't get tensed. It just means that you have run out of your time and the examiner wants to move on to the next part. The examiner doesn't have any grudge or ill feelings towards you, so keep calm. The final part 3 is again going to be a couple of questions that the examiner will be asking you, and most probably it will be on topics that you have discussed previously in part 1 or part 2. All you have to keep in mind during this part is to not keep your answers short like part 1. Instead, you need to elaborate your answers as much as you can. So basically, all that's important is for you to talk and not to have predominant breaks in between, and also try to limit the fillers that you use while you're speaking, like hmms, ahs, etc. So try your best to talk continuously, and of course it has to make sense, and it should also meet the 4 criteria that I spoke to you about in the beginning of the video. Now let me share with you all my personal experience on the test day. First of all, my problem with speaking test is not with speaking English itself, but with handling my nervousness and anxiousness, which I knew would kick in once the test starts. I remember it very well. My test was on a Monday morning, and guess what I did a day before? It was Sunday evening, and I went out to meet my friends, and I had a good time with them because I literally didn't know what else I could be doing to make my preparation better. So it was finally the test date. Our test was in Laksa Monarch, Bangalore. We reached there early, got our IDs verified, and my test was supposed to be the first one, and after a couple of hours was Rajesh's test. So within some time my anxiety kicked in. I tried to drink water to calm myself down, but it was definitely not working, and within some time they asked me to come with them for my test, and they made me sit outside the examiner's room for like a couple of minutes. And during that time I was like feeling so anxious. I tried drinking some more water. Obviously it didn't help. I thought that I'll leave this place and run away because I was not ready for it. I was about to, get up from my place. That's when the guy came in and he was like, the examiner is ready for the test, you can walk in. With no option left, I walked in there with my head feeling all dizzy, and I sat there. I had literally, practiced how to conduct myself during part 0, so that kind of helped me. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this. I don't even remember what happened during the first 3 to 4 minutes of the test. It's all blank for me. After some time, I definitely started feeling a bit more relaxed, only to find out that we had already reached part 2. And the examiner says that I'll have to talk about the most beautiful person that I have met in my life. Now, as I've told you guys already, I am really bad at cooking up stories, and I literally went blank. When I was talking to one of my friend about this experience, she was like, this is such an easy topic. You could have just said that you met Shah Rukh Khan and all about the experience that you had that day. I was like, wish my brain was that good. Can you guys just take a wild guess about what I would have spoken about? Write down it in the comment section below. I want to know. So what I did was, all I could think about was my husband, who was sitting outside the examination hall, and I started speaking about him because I literally didn't know what else to talk about. So not even 30 seconds into it, the examiner was like, oh boy, has this girl lost it or what? And she literally pointed out towards the topic that I had to speak about. And me being me, I was like, yeah, I know, but this is what I want to talk about. And I kept at it. Again, what exactly did I speak during those 1 to 2 minutes time? I really don't remember. It's all kind of blur. But somehow part 2 was over and the trauma was over, and then it was time for part 3, and then I had to talk about all these good topics about mountains and beaches, inner beauty and stuff like that, things which I like. So I think I did pretty well during part 3. Finally, the horror was over. I remember walking outside. Rajesh was waiting for me, and I just walked up to him and I was like, you know what? I did it horribly. I will not be getting the 7. Maybe I'll have to retake this IELTS test again. He was already tensed about his test and me stupidly added more to it, but still he was like, you know, trying to be calm. He was like, it's okay, we will see how things will go, don't worry about it. You know, the next 2 weeks when we waited for our result was the most difficult time, and finally when the result came, I was more than happy and grateful. A, because I had got a score of 7, which I didn't expect at all, and B, I didn't have to go through all this trauma all over again. You see, maybe I'm too self-critical about myself, so that's why I thought that I had done so bad in my test, which was not the case based upon my marks. But what I want to say you guys is, if me with my nervousness, anxiousness and all that I went through during that test, if I could get that score, then I'm sure if you guys can put your heart into it and practice well, then even you can do it. So just practice well, keep calm and trust in yourself. You will definitely make it. So with that, I'm more than happy to be wrapping up the speaking test and IELTS video series. Let me know in the comment section below how have you guys liked all these videos. I would love to know them, and if like them, then please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me because a lot of effort has went into making of each of these videos. I guess that's it for the day guys, and I hope to see you all soon in my next video. I wish for all of us to be blessed with abundant love, peace and happiness. Take care and do remember, life's all about the little things.